How's it going, guys, and welcome to another scripted vlog. Now, I've done a lot of stupid things in my life. So many things. So I've compiled 10 of the most memorable ones and put them all into one video. Some of these are small and humorous, but most of these will make you question literally whether or not I should be allowed to walk around in public every day. Welcome to 10 stupid things I did as a kid. Number 1. So back before we even moved to Wollongong, Beckham, one of the nearby towns at our farm, was having a celebration for their 100th centenary. My brother, dad and I went to this centenary party, and it was at the school, and they were having lots of competition. They were doing things like showing off awards. Now, here's where the story actually begins. The competition was to get in a group of 2, and then you had to throw an egg to each other back and forth and catch it without breaking it.
I got egg in my eye. Oh!
There'd be 2 ropes situated in between each person, and every time we threw an egg to each other without it cracking, the people running that competition would make the gap even bigger, meaning we had to throw it further and harder. So surprisingly, a lot of people actually wanted to do this competition. I think there were about 30 or 40 groups. Me and my friend Will decided to have a go at this competition, and my brother with his other friend. My dad was inside looking at awards, so he didn't see this.
What the f*** is going on?
So the gap started at 2 meters, not too hard, then it escalated to 3, then 4, all the way up to 15 meters. All of a sudden, 15 groups are out. Jasper's out, his friend's out, everyone's out, except for 4 groups, including me and my friend Will. Then they extended the gap by 5 meters. And then the other 3 groups all failed at once. And me and Will happened to make it. We won this whole competition. Now, you may be thinking, well, what's stupid about that? What's embarrassing about that? That's just a normal story. In fact, it's probably a very good thing that happened to you. Very exciting. Well done, Wylie. Well, the story doesn't end there. In fact, it continues another 4 or 5 years later when we're up at Wollongong. For some reason, I remember this moment randomly one day, and I thought, I'm going to try it again. So me, my brother, and 2 of the neighbours decided we'd walk down to the servo and buy 2 cartons of eggs to try this out again. It would have been a lot of fun, if not for the fact that the day we decided to do this was Halloween. It may not have hit you at first, but we bought 2 cartons of eggs on Halloween. A night that's traditionally known for teenagers egging people's houses. So, I didn't pick up on this at first. We got the eggs, we paid for them, we had an argument with the clerk saying they're actually 20 cents off, and then we started heading back home. We were about halfway when a police car drives past. Now, we are actually walking on the road, so we go to get off the road when we see the car, and that's when it hits me realizing, what are we doing? We're buying eggs on Halloween. The police will think we're gonna egg houses. We're gonna be in so much trouble. So I told the other 3, be quiet and act natural. As if things couldn't get any scarier, the police car slows down next to us, doesn't stop, just slows down. One of them eyes us and then continues driving on. What? I don't know if they even thought about it, or they're just like, what are these kids doing? Why do they have so many eggs? But we somehow got away with this. Maybe I was being paranoid, maybe the police were just like, oh, they've got a lot of eggs, that's cool, maybe we can throw them with them. I don't know. Number 2. This one is actually pretty damn stupid. I don't know why we thought it was a good idea, or why our parents even let us do it, but we decided it'd be cool to have a water fight. In winter. At 2 degrees. At night. After 2 hours, the parents decided to check up on us. We're in shorts and shirts, outside, drenched in water. I think it's safe to say that I didn't go to school on Monday. And it wasn't just because of common cold. As you can probably imagine, I was very, very sick. Number 3. This one's gonna make you think, how is this kid still alive? How is he still a functioning human being? So every once in a while my dad gets most of the truck batteries and pulls them out just to check up on him. I was over there watching him doing his thing, and I decided to help Dad. Help Dad. Help Dad. Now I'm pretty sure that most of you have heard that if you put your tongue to a battery, it will zap you. Well, I thought I'd do this with a battery from a truck. Not just a normal truck battery, but a truck battery that was leaking oil. My dad turns around to try and sell me, but it's too late. My tongue is drenched in motor oil. Thank God the battery was flat, because I don't know what would have happened if it had been full of power. Wait, is motor oil poisonous? Did I try and commit suicide when I was a kid?
Number 4!
There's no simple way to put this one. Basically, I took a disease-ridden mouse into my bedroom and then tried to keep it as a pet for 2 weeks. No, shh. Before you call me a problem child, hear me out. I was 9 years old when this happened and had no common sense. Please, just give me some, Now, at this time, there was a massive mouse problem at the farm. If you found a piece of tin at the farm and then lifted it up, you'd see at least a dozen mice just run out from under it. Now, before about 5 years ago, mice had always been a problem at the farm, just not as serious as this. Apparently, before all this, there was a massive mouse plague at the farm in the 60s. And my dad even tried to light a paddock on fire when his dad was out to get rid of them all. See, I inherit stupidness from my dad. It's not my fault. So Dad and I were trying to come up with ways on how to get rid of all these mice. One of our ideas was actually quite ingenious. If you got a problem in your house with mice, you can use this idea if you want. It worked pretty well. We got a bucket and then filled it about a third of the way up with water. We then got a small metal rod that would sit on top of the bucket. We then get a piece of flat metal about the size of a 30cm ruler. This rod would sit on the top of the bucket and then the metal would wobble side to side. We then put peanut butter in the middle. Yes, we put peanut butter in the middle because believe it or not, mice actually really like peanut butter. I don't know why, I like it as well. It tastes pretty damn good. You got good taste, mice. The mice would then walk up the 2 ramps that you had on each side of the bucket and then they'd inevitably fall into the water because those leaders weren't held down.
Quality video, yes, oh goodness.
Believe it or not, it is a bit savage, but it works. We got rid of about a dozen mice every night. Now you can imagine me being 9 years old, I felt pretty bad. I had only just gotten the concept of death, so I felt really bad for these mice. I decided I was going to take action and save one of these mice. I got some dog food and then put it in a little bowl and then attracted one of the mice in. As soon as it came closer, I put an ice cream container over the top of it and then contained it in there. I then got the lid and quickly scooped it on without touching the mice. Thank God, it could have had a disease. I mean, oh my God. I managed to somehow sneak it into my house while my parents are watching TV, put it in my room, in my cupboard, poke holes into it, bring in a sock, get more dog food to feed it, even some biscuits from their house, and keep it in my room for a solid 2 weeks. Eventually, my parents found out that I was doing this and wondered where all the biscuits were going. So when I get home from school, my parents start to question me about the suspicious smelling ice cream container in my cupboard. I realise the mouse has died. So I tell my parents the truth and they say, okay, you're gonna go put it outside. I open the lid of the ice cream container and then out pops the mouse. It runs in my room somewhere and because my room is so messy, I don't know where it goes. To this day we still have mice in our roof of the farm and I have no idea where it went or what happened to it. It could be still alive for all I know. I don't know how long mice live. So yeah, bringing a possibly disease-ridden mouse into the house to look after for 2 weeks, keeping it alive, healthy, believe it or not. That's off my bucket list. Number 5. So this one's a little bit less dramatic and a little bit less crazy, but basically I ate a massive spoonful of Vegemite. Now, before we go any further, we need to establish something. Americans are eating Vegemite all wrong. They literally get a spoonful of it and start shoveling it into their mouth and saying, oh, it tastes bad, it's like mama, Well, yeah, of course it's gonna taste bad. You're eating it the wrong way. You're eating way too much of it. Personally, I don't mind Vegemite. I think it tastes quite nice. With butter. With butter. With butter. Put butter with it. It tastes fine when you put butter with it. Come on, don't slather it on bread, you dumb people. And no, I'm not trying to offend people who put heaps of Vegemite on their sandwiches and they actually like it. I think that's fine. If you like it, that's fine. But personally, Americans, you put it on wrong. Stop it. Now, I don't know when it happened, but I was at a party with my friend and I got dared to eat a spoonful of Vegemite. And not just a normal teaspoon. This, no, like, go to this, no, you can go join it. This is what I got dared to do. Kill me, guys, kill me. This was like half the thing of Vegemite. This was half the jar of Vegemite on a spoon. And it went into my mouth like this. Ah. What kind of a dare is that? Oh my God. Go to hell with the rest of them, mate.
Number 6.
So basically, one of my cousins messes around with bikes and likes to be a big inventor. He engineers things. He's actually an engineer student at university right now. So he had 10 bikes just sitting in his shed and he decided to give 2 of them to me and my brother. I treated mine like a BMX bike. It was a mountain bike, so naturally the things I did with it didn't go too well. I'm surprised it's still working to this day. Basically there was a jump behind the silos of the farm and I decided, I'm going to go over this. I'm going to get the first hour on a bike I've ever done in my life. And this sand pile was like at least 1.5 meters high. Sure, it was flat like this, but it was high. It was off the ground pretty high. So when I went over it for the first time catching it, I was about this far, which isn't not a lot. I was so excited, so I went back to the house and got my brother to record this on my iPod. Now this is what's pretty cool. I caught this one on camera. I got the air again, but here's where it went bad. There was a big sheet of mesh wire sitting next to the jump, and I didn't want to go into that or else I would get badly injured. So I put a tire next to jump to mark, don't ride into that way, go around it. So when I did this jump, I was too focused on landing it for the second time that I almost went straight into this. I swerve out of the way, and I go straight into a barbed wire fence. Face first, and get a big massive gash on my knee. My brother goes back into the house and then sneaks in, grabs some band-aids, come back out. And I have to bandage my whole knee up without my parents realizing. And they didn't find out for another 2 days. So I'm pretty good at hiding things from my parents, I have to say, Jesus. So to this day, I actually have a scar on my knee right now. Like literally, I have a scar on my knee, like right here. The scar's starting to fade, but it's still a pretty cool story to tell. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host Tiny Dick, and welcome back to the game show of the year we all know and love, Who F***ed Up? The show where we play a series of hilarious videos, and you guys at home vote for who you think was the one who f***ed up! Yes, we've got an amazing show lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get straight into it. Roll the first clip, Johnny. Now this one is a toughie. Let's meet the competitors. Competitor number 1 is Sandpile with an IQ of 46, and his status is courageous. Ooh, very interesting. Competitor number 2 is WylieCan'tFilm with an IQ of 39, giving Sandpile a real run for his money there. His status is clumsy. Competitor number 3 is Helmet with an IQ of 24 and... oh, well, what's this? Helmet chose not to reveal his status. Interesting tactic. I guess you could say that Helmet is protective over his image. Yes, thank you. All right, yes, that's yes, okay, thank you. Yes, that's enough. Yes, okay. All right, please. All right. Oi, shut the fuck up. All right. Fucking hell. Now, you people have voted to us via Twitter. To vote in the next episode, tweet us your vote at WhoFuckedUp official account 666 send nudes TV HD MLG 12 inches hot girls 2K16 vote for Hillary.com.au/pigs and dinosaurs 4. Now, let's see the votes. Ah, my leg! F*** me! %of you voted for Pile of Sand, 43% voted for WylieCan'tFilm, 56% voted for Helmet, and 103% voted for Harambe. Now that we know who you at home think it is, it's time to play the video to find out who f***ed up! Oh, and a wipeout by WylieCan'tFilm! Oh my god, what an amazing turn of events! Simply sensational! We'll be right back onto these short commercials. Stick around to see more hilarious videos and to see who f***ed up! Thank you, everybody, thank you. You wanna know who fucked up? You when you had unprotected sex. Wait, Frank, you wanna fucking go to me, Frank? No, you dickhead. So I went to a primary school in a town where everyone knew everyone. In fact, 9 out of 10 of the kids had their parents working at the school, 2 of which were my parents. Yep, My parents worked at my primary school. There a lot of stories came out of that. So two of my good friends, Max and Ryan, their mum was actually the English teacher there. And every year near Christmas, all the teachers would gather around at their house for a Christmas party. So while all the teachers are drinking and partying, there's this big bucket of ice every year there that is just sitting there slowly melting. Now, like I said, all the teachers had kids going to the school. Mostly anyway. And we were all left on our own, either playing Xbox or... Over the years, we did some pretty stupid stuff, but by far one of the stupidest things was making a competition where you stuck your hand into this bucket of ice to see how long you could do it for. No reason, just sticking your hand in a bucket of ice, just, letting it, damage to it, getting frostbite, I don't know, whatever you want to do, but that was there. I managed to keep my hand in there for over 5 minutes, and God, it was painful. Oh my God, just... What were we doing as kids? We had no lives. We lived on a farm. All of us lived on farms, guys. We literally had no life. Number 8. So one day my brother and I were throwing things around the house for no reason. We were just throwing things because we were bored and we were home alone. My parents were out shopping or whatever. And I picked up this old antenna that we just had lying around for some reason from an RC car. I don't know where we got it. It was just the end of an RC remote car. So I don't even know where we got it from. I think you should know that we just have random things lying around the house, and that just happened to be one of them. So I threw it to my brother, and I missed. I didn't go to Jasper. It hit the TV, the flat screen, 55-inch. So I'm freaked out. I'm like, blah. Someone save me, please. So, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm like literally 8 or 9 in this situation. I don't know what to do because there's a scratch on the TV. Just so people know, on every monitor and screen and TV, there's this thing called a polarizing filter. Most monitors and most TVs have these, and our TV did. It basically transforms all the white light that the TV gives off into signals that you can see. Basically, the pixels that the human eye picks up that turns into color is basically the signals on the TV. So ever since then, there's been this little white dot on the TV, and I told my parents I just threw a pen, but I didn't really do anything. I mean, I still got into big trouble, but Mum, Dad, now you know the truth, it was actually an RC antenna. Stupid, but... By the way, just so you know, in case this ever happens to you guys, colouring the dot in with a Sharpie doesn't work. Yeah.
Oh, it's number 9. Oh my God. Oh.
This one happened at primary school. I think it was year 3 or 4. I can't exactly remember, but it did happen at school. I needed a paragraph from Wikipedia for my assignment, and I went to print it out. And what I did is that I didn't go to a Word document and paste it in there. I basically highlighted the whole paragraph and then just said print. What happened next is probably one of the stupidest things I've done in a while. This didn't just print the whole paragraph. This printed the whole Wikipedia page. I go to the library printer and there's no way to stop it. The library printer printed out 39 coloured papers of Wikipedia. Wylie, you dumb piece of... So I grab all these papers and just stick them under my shirt and then take them back to class. I don't know what to do, so I just get my tub that everyone had and put them in there and then just put them at the bottom of all my books, so the teacher would never find it. Yeah, 2 weeks later she found it, but I didn't get in trouble. Well, not in trouble because my parents worked there. Yeah, I guess having your parents work at your school is good and bad. Stories for other times. Just so you know, I didn't waste all the paper, by the way. I put it in the recycling, and some of the pictures I did use, and that paragraph, obviously. And now, guys, number 10. The most stupidest thing I've ever done as a kid, the most craziest, out there, ridiculous, mental straining thing I've ever done is... making this video. Well, jeez. Oh my God, what an amazing turn of events! So guys, that was 10 stupid things I did as a kid. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that I didn't post anything different besides 2 scripted vlogs in a row, but I promise you that there will be a comedy skit or a prank coming next week. I'll have to decide. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.